Oh god, not the Neil Breen reference. Okay, welcome back. Here we go. Now, this episode is actually a bit more complicated than the first, so there may be a lot of backtracking, like more than there was in the first. I am operating without a guide after
Where
all.
am I?
Honestly, I feel it could be similar to the house. You know, like borderline nonsensical.
My head. I had a dream. I'm okay. Thanks for coming, Lydia.
Good afternoon, Mr. Neuer. I am Alexander Laskin. I work for the Husher family.
He's the one who found you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, the dialogue in this cutscene changes depending on who you played as. If you didn't play as Alexander, he doesn't even show up in this scene.
I would like to help you find Mr. Sebastian. I need to know what happened to him and to my wife.
Of course. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I was considering leaving here as soon as possible, and...
Daniel, the doctor said you need complete rest. Complete.
I'm fine, really. I found this. Apparently, Husher received a music box from an acquaintance of his, a certain Mr. Faber. It seems as though he was researching the music box when he vanished. And from what Faber says, the music box may be related to everything that has happened.
I'm not sure we should stick our nose into this business after everything that's occurred.
She may be right, Daniel. I'm sure the police are very close to finding out where Husher is.
Do you think the police would have found me? We need to find Husher. I saw the box that Faber describes in this letter, but it wasn't really there. It was as if it were on the other side of... Oh. I think we should pay a visit to this Faber and ask him about the music box and Husher. He has a shop in the city not far from here.
Daniel, please.
I'm fine, really. I think going to a shop and asking the owner a few questions falls within the range of what we can do, don't you?
Sometimes my writer brain takes over for this game, and I wonder realistically who would survive. Okay, yeah. See, since I played as Alexander in the first chapter, I can play as him in this one too. But, probably gonna play as her. Erica Farber, age 24, light source, lighter. Erica manages the Farber & Sons antique shop along with her father, Isaac. If he's the art expert, she's the managing brains. She's always on top of every slightest detail of the business. Her adventurous spirit takes her all over the world in search of new items to adorn the shop's windows. Incredibly active, Erica has many hobbies and lets her imagination run wild at every chance she gets. So she's got a really high speed stat and a ridiculously high serenity stat, but her stealth and strength are pretty low. So it will take more for the presence to scare her, but it will be able to scare her more often because she's not very stealthy. And she has a radio cassette player. My favorite music, ready to listen to on the go. Helps me focus and remember who I am. Okay, this makes that minigame where you have to hide and do the heartbeat thing a lot easier because she has the music to help her stay calm. Renee Artigas, age 37, light source, flashlight. Renee was born to be a cop and he'll die one too. Born in the Caribbean, he grew disillusioned with the police department in his hometown and set sail for Europe, where he thought his integrity and sense of duty would serve him better. But the grass wasn't as green as it seemed. Tired of moving around, Renee decided to settle down and do what he could to help his new fellow citizens. High speed and strength stat, pretty high serenity but low stealth. Service weapon. Holstered and secured as per safety regulations. I hope I never have to use it. Renee. Now, I've never played as this guy, and I never plan to, because the service weapon is only useful in one specific circumstance in the entire chapter, and if he dies and comes back as a revenant, he will quite literally, like, kill the other player. It is. If he dies and comes back and is brought back by the presence, there's a chance you'll enter a room and you'll hear a gun cocking, and if you do not leave, he will shoot you and kill your character. Yeah. Then you can also play as Daniel if you want. Age 43, light source, flashlight. Daniel is a publicist and ex-entrepreneur whose failed business venture led him to become an alcoholic. Drinking cost him his health, his marriage to Sophie, and even his home. Daniel, who has been sober for some time now, has finally managed to secure a stable job and slowly rebuild his life. His speed, stealth, strength, and serenity are all pretty high. Badge of perseverance. I had to lose it all to find myself. I don't want that to happen again. So again, if I wanted to succeed, if I wanted to go for that achievement, we could just play as Daniel at every opportunity from here. The problem is that he's the exception to the permadeath rule. If he dies, you have to restart the entire chapter because he is the lead character and the story can't keep going without him. So I would go for it if it weren't for the fact that, you know, I wouldn't want to have to redo potentially hours of progress on a stream. So with that, it makes sense to play as Erica. For the same reasons it made sense to play as Alexander in the first chapter. So here we go. Also, I'm not gonna lie, is it just me or is Daniel kinda... Well, I hope, but this is a pretty complicated chapter, and it's a much bigger area than the mansion. Like, it's not just the shop, you have to go through an entire apartment block. October 1st, 1998. We sell all kinds of stuff here, we might have to think about opening a second, more specialized shop. I see Dad left the keys in the flower pot again. It's a good thing, because I forgot mine. Key to our shop. It says so on the keychain. Isn't he? Then it's locked. Use. That's Dad's cane. The umbrella belongs to Mr. Roman. He always forgets it. Gotta be crazy if the present showed up and killed you at the first door. Chapter 2, Eerily Quiet.
How weird. It's not like Dad to leave the lights on after closing up.
Wire coat hanger. I could easily bend this if I needed to. The German fellow who sells us these wooden ships is over 80 years old. Well, sometimes the game will tell you you can listen, but you don't really need to. But we are on the hardest difficulty, so yeah, it gets pretty rough pretty quick. Art history books ranging from Greece to 20th century avant-garde art movements. I've leafed through some, but this is more my dad's thing. I think I could squeeze under there if I try hard enough. This early in the chapter, I'm not even sure if I need to be all stealthy. Letter 1 by Sebastian P. Husher, dated 13th of August, 1998. Dear Isaac, I'm sorry about your trouble getting to sleep. If it is any consolation, I have been suffering the same plight recently myself, perhaps due to the imminent proofreading of my novel. If quality can be measured by the time invested, it should be one of my finest works. However, I suspect that this is not always the case. Despite everything, I found a bit of time to look into your mysterious music box. Based on the carving in the wood, I am certain that it is European from the late 19th or early 20th century. I also noticed that it is of extraordinary quality, perhaps a real luxury item back in its era. I will continue my research. Get well soon, Sebastian. And I think that's all that's useful in here. We should digitize all these documents at some point, but who can be bothered? Oh yeah, I feel like digitizing documents would be a lot more difficult in 1998, wouldn't it? Gallery, door closed, to enter, ask at the counter. I can't remember which way I need to go first. I'm not sure if it even matters. Hey, what's my guitar doing here? Ooh, wait, no, I think I do need to go into the other part of the shop first. People come up with the craziest stories about the origin of this spyglass. Calm down, everyone, it's just decoration. See, the fun thing about playing as characters who, know the area they're going to be exploring is that they can give you, insights that the other characters can't, which I think is very cool. List of product lots. I can't find it. I can't remember where I stored that blasted music box. I thought I left it with the rest of the lot, didn't I? Yes, otherwise where could it be? In this lot there was also a wardrobe full of dry bloodstains. We took it out into the courtyard and dragged it to one of our storage rooms in the basement, but which one did we place it in? I can't even remember what color or shape it was. What's wrong with me? Could I possibly reveal the blood left behind somehow? I would have to buy luminol, right? That's what the police use. Perhaps that way I could find a lot of products containing the wardrobe and the box with it. Sebastian says I must return it to its original owners, the Legrand-Amsberg family. If I can manage that, will this madness come to an end? I really love how this game does that. It really gives you lots of incentive to replay it multiple times. It does! But it's also a very long game, so I can understand why people wouldn't. Well, I guess it's not that long, but it takes me an hour and a half, 2 hours per chapter, so. Receipts for purchases of several lots of antiques by the Farber and Son shop, along with the address of the original owners of those lots. One is marked Letters, Old Furnishings, and a Music Box, Legrand-Amsberg Auction. We make good money with these cheap keychains and replicas. Dad kept griping about it at first, but the numbers don't lie. The old Koltar machine. I need to put in a special coin if I want it to spit out a message. Who knows where those tokens are? Trying to convince Dad to let me offer these masks as costumes. We've managed to diversify our customer base, but we've still got a long way to go. With some minor fixes, this telescope would be good as new. Mental note, call someone to come take a look at it. A copy of the Treaty of Tordesillas. Spain and Portugal divvied up South America like a couple of high schoolers trading football cards. Old toys. Scary movie type. Ugh. Wait, can I not look past there? I guess not. Another hiding place here, I think. If I crawl into this table and put on a straight face, will a random client buy me? I'm so tired I wouldn't mind being an ornament. Did someone put something in the samurai's mouth? Whatever's in that samurai's mouth is a bit shiny. Should I take it? Yes. Bronze Koltar token. A bronze-colored metal token for Koltar machines. Wow, this is heavier than I expected. This is where we keep our historical figure biographies. My favorite is Ada Lovelace's. Usher loves those gramophones. I've lost count on how many he has already. Wow, Dad is really losing it lately. What's with the huge lock? How the heck do you turn that shaft? Yeah, the game likes to tease you with stuff like that. So, sort of like how in the first chapter I needed to find those haiku folders and I could never find the third one. In this chapter, in order to unlock a... Okay, how do I explain this? So if I found all 3 haiku folders, I could then take those haiku folders into each chapter from here, and it would give me a different haiku on how to deal with things. Unfortunately, I can't do that because I didn't find the 3rd folder, but In this one, if you find all of the Koltar tokens, it'll give you a special coin that whenever you encounter a yes or no question, you can flip the coin and it'll tell you whether or not, it's dangerous for you to like do the thing the game is asking you to do. So it's the first token. Let's see what the future has in store. There is something you forgot. Remember it, and you will be blessed. Frustratingly vague. I love it. Ooh, sounds useful. Can you take a token in future chapters? You can. This switch opens the door to the exhibit room, but I need a handle to turn it on. I gave my boyfriend one of these classic novels some time back, and he fell asleep reading it. Damn, boy, they're not that boring. Oh, fun fact, Erica's bi. She mentions having had a girlfriend at some point. If you look around at the right items. It's locked from the inside. I can just picture... Wait, what did she say? It's locked from the inside. I can just picture that pig Walter in there, the big pervert. Ugh. I'm not even sure if I need to go in this direction yet. I don't think so. You'll see. Yes, his name is a reference to Walter Sullivan.
Nope.
This is the storage rooms and the meter rooms. It's locked. Okay, yeah. Explored everything I can through here. We've got some major antique weapon fanatics amongst our customers, especially Baker and Malcolm. They couldn't care less about the other items for sale. What's that? The shop is a mess. We've got hundreds of uncategorized and uncatalogued articles, and they just keep on coming. Here we go. Spray bottle. A spray bottle that appears to have once held dangerous substances. It's empty. Could be useful if I need to carry liquid. The mirror is shattered, and one of the clients will lose their mind. This is the first chapter that kind of gives you a hint as to how destructive the music box can actually be, and you'll see what I mean soon. Those other bound notebooks are more mementos than anything else. I don't even think I need to listen on these doors, but... This door leads to the courtyard of my dad's flat. He must have locked it. What's that? Good, now I can get rid of the key. I assume at some point you're going to come across mirrors that aren't broken. Better safe than sorry. Yeah.
Nope.
For storage units, I think the guards have a key. Again, guards have a key. Interior flats. A. Isaac Farber. B. Marley Rangel. C. The Gibbs family. Nothing. It's locked. Right. I also like that little animation of her swapping what hand she was holding the lighter with. Nice touch. Yeah, it is.
Where did everyone go?
There's actually a Silent Hill 4 reference somewhere in this chapter, but I've never been able to find it myself. It's a door with a bunch of chains covering it. I don't even think I need to be around most of these. I know a lot of these doors that I can go into. Gorilla's really rusty. Each drop of rain seems to rust even more. I assume everyone has been subsumed by the entity. We never find out one way or the other. Is that open? Yes. Silver Goldor token. We never find out one way or the other, but like characters point out that it's really weird for there to be so few people around in otherwise populated areas. Oop. Something here. Neighbors use this place as a tool shed. Couldn't this ship be locked from the inside? There's something on that table. I wonder if I could sneak in somehow.
Damn, I'm clumsy. Well, I could get there from the store using the basement stairs.
First, let's look at these other doors. Dodge, there's no way. This building is so old that it even has a carriage door, which hasn't been used in, I don't know, centuries? I think I don't need to go this way until I come back with that magnet. So.
What the hell? That door is reinforced with steel. I doubt I could hear anything on the other side.
Play and win, play and lose. Having doubts, go right through. I assume if you went through it, you get got. Well, it's not unlocked yet, is the thing.
It's gone now. But how did it get in there in the first place? The room is empty. I don't know what else I was expecting.
Now, the game plays like you'll die if you go through there, but I'm pretty sure once you've inspected it, you don't have a problem. Like the screen, I mean. Okay, now that we've actually seen something supernatural, the presence can actually start manifesting now.
Here you are. Who?
Ornament. Toluca Lake. A refrigerator magnet. It's a picture of a beautiful town. I've been there.
Good.
I don't really need the whole thing. I'll just take this magnet and combine that. Hanger and magnet. A wire coat hanger bent and coiled around a refrigerator magnet. I can use this to grab metal objects from a distance. Just call me MacGyver. God, this game is full of so many references to classic horror games. It's amazing. This whole chapter's like layout and style is based on Silent Hill. We get to be introduced to another new minigame today in this chapter. I could have been introduced to it potentially in Chapter 1, but like I said, how this game scares you is incredibly random. I don't quite know yet if there's like something you can do with your playstyle that makes some minigames more likely to happen. I don't know if anybody's looked that deeply into this game. The one good thing is, I'm pretty sure while you're out in this like more outdoorsy area, the presence can't attack you. Or at least it won't. It'd be unfair if it did, because I'm pretty far from any hiding spots. Hey, isn't anyone taking out the rubbish? One thing I like about this game that you may have noticed already is like there are several characters of color, and then it's not just all British people. A couple of characters are Irish. I like that kind of thing. Go through here. Will this other lift work? I shouldn't get my hopes up. What the hell? I thought it just wasn't working, but this... Shit. Up. Yep, there it is. Oh, crap. Yeah, it's crashed. I don't know what it is about this. The game crashed. I don't know what it is, but there's this specific way that the entity, that the presence can attack. It shows like these black wisps of like air and wind blowing through an area. And it completely crashes my game every time. None of the other methods of it scaring me do that. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to stop the stream for a second to like... It should just stay tuned, don't exit out, and it should restart in a second. Hold on.